Welcome to this game between world champion Alexander Alekhine and Emanuel Lasker are playing in this game. And in this game, Alexander Alekhine commits a queen sacrifice to defeat Emanuel Lasker. So let's watch the game. This is a queen's gambit declined opening in Alexander Alekhine variation. Now the bishop is in a good square. The next ray on the king. Alekhine now moves the knight, and the knight is again attacked by Lasker's knight, and he moves now it again. As you can see, now the knight can hit the f5 square now as the pawn is moved. So here actually Lasker takes the pawn on d file, but a better move was to push the pawn. So we'll check that in the analysis. So there's an attack on the queen, and now once this pawn is taken by the knight, there are two knights in the center, which is where knights belong because they can cover the maximum squares. Now once the bishop drops back, all these knights, bishop, and the rook and king of Alekhine are ready for attack and are well positioned. And one of the knights got exchanged, and now this moving this queen away is not good because then Alekhine develop his queen further, which is supported by his rook now. Because of the pin with the king, the knight is not under any immediate attack, so there is no need to take the knight right now. The Alekhine's knight. Now you need to move the knight because the king has moved away. Now this pawn move is very important. Now soon this rook will slowly jump into d3 square, and it can now go and attack the Lasker's king. Alekhine uses the pawn pin to attack. There's only one way for the king, and then the next move, the queen sacrifice happens. So here actually Lasker resigned because, as you can see, once the queen is taken, it'll be a checkmate. So even if the knight closes here, it still will be a checkmate because of the bishop on the b3 square. So that's how the game ends, and it's quite a short game for when you think about world champion games. So it ends in 26 moves basically. So let's go back and see what happened in the game, and what we'll just do a small analysis to see if there was something that could have done better. So one of the good things was done to because once this pawn is moved, this square, the f5 square is open for the knight here in g3 square. So once the knight moves there, it's an attack on the queen, as well as developing the knight. So that's what happened. So instead of taking the d pawn, Lasker could have just pushed the pawn forward, basically. So if the once this pawn is pushed forward, this knight have no other option but to move to probably to d2 square. So once that happens, he can reinforce this pawn. Lasker could have reinforced this pawn with this e8 rook to e8 move, and he could have focused on that pawn and build his game. So, but that didn't happen. So this the pawn was exchanged, and the attack came in, and these knights are now right in the center. So once these knights are in the center, they are very very powerful, because the knights can jump around many squares. Basically, it can support and attack at the same time. So that's why we always need to put the knights in the center, basically. So now, as you can see, all these pieces are ready to attack the king, and that's what happened. And now here as well, the queen was moved away from the open d file, which actually allowed Alekhine to to develop his queen further with the tempo. And then the rook took control of the d file, and once the Lasker's rook came in, this is what happened right now. So rest of the game, as you can see, this pawn move here is quite important, because before that pawn move, the rook couldn't have gone up to the H file to attack the Lasker's king. So that's what happened. So thank you very much for watching. So if you haven't subscribed or followed us yet, please do so, because you could win a free chess.com membership. So we're doing a giveaway. So thanks very much, guys. Do watch our future videos as well. Thank you.